And we are live. Wednesday Night with Those Guys, and Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
And welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And I hope if the weather has been nice where you are, please let me know how the weather is where you are, if you've been able to get out and fly your drones today. I know some of the people down in South have been having some very bad rain, some storms and stuff.
Yeah,
like
Louisiana Panhandle area.
And I think throughout Florida too.
Mm-hmm. From Florida all the way over to where Johnny is.
Yeah, it's rough. But if the weather is good where you are and you've been able to get out and fly your drones, let me know if the weather is good where you are, been able to get out. You know, Lawrence, how are you doing on this somewhat gloomy Wednesday evening or afternoon, late afternoon, early evening?
Yo, what's up, Corey? I'm actually doing good. I took it upon myself. I did not buy any watches in a while, but I did buy something for the business. I invested in something for the business. But I'm doing good. If you wanted to know, it's actually a larger indoor drone, a Pavo 25. I have the air unit. I'm knocking shit over. I have the air unit here ready to go into it. And from now on, if we get any more inside skits like that dentist's office or whatever, that's what I'll use instead of the Pavo Pico. Because it can carry a GoPro also. So we'll get double footage. We'll get the DJI O3 footage of 360, and we'll get the GoPro footage.
So you don't want the Neo?
Huh? No.
So you don't want the Neo?
No, the Neo can't carry a GoPro. I needed something that could carry a GoPro or an Action 4 or an Action 3.
Yo, there's a lot of
Corey.
There's a lot of action out there with DJI.
There is. There's a lot of talk about DJI. I'm happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of action out there. You know, DJI dropped what?
Take off and land. Eldon.
Hey, what's up, Eldon? No, DJI dropped what, 3 action cams within like the spread of like 3.5 years. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's they actioning it out. They're in action.
Yes. They're getting there. They're getting it. This sounds strange, even though we're buying this stuff, but they're getting their money's worth and some. Yeah. Think about it.
Shoot. When I found out how manufacturing actually works, I was like, wow. How is it that the company?
Yeah, when you told me that about how that goes.
How is it that the companies that have their name on the item don't handle their own manufacturing, but somebody else does that? And it's like, when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like, you know, like when I found out like the cans and the canneries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you think there is here in the United States?
Canneries?
Yeah. Like the major canneries.
Maybe one, which is
2.
like Campbell's and
2.
2? Really?
All those other names on the cans and stuff
all like come out of the same factory. Yeah,
we come out of the same factory. It's just like soda and stuff like that. You got Coca-Cola Company, you got Pepsi. They produce almost all of the major sodas.
True. Then you have Anheuser-Busch, which does most of the domestic beers.
Right? They own some of the foreign beers too.
Oh, I could bet. I take the action cameras good enough for your business purposes, John. Actually, we have an Action 3 that's still more than subpar. But the 5, that 5, we're going to talk about a little later.
Yeah, the action cams, like I said, the action cams, they've come out with like 3 of them, like the last 3.5 years. It's been like action. And they've all been in like the same body as like this one.
Yeah.
They've all pretty much been in the same body.
It's the same format. They may have gotten a little thicker.
Smart. And that's smart because then, you know, you cut a lot of costs by keeping the same body. You just keep reinventing the guts inside, you know, by, you know, researching your product and doing and developing and better, making it better and better, instead of creating a whole new product from scratch. It's very smart. Very smart.
Eldon was saying, I appreciate those guys allowing me to hang out with them at the meetup. Good folks. Well, thank you, Eldon. Brooklyn Jimmy.
Thank you for allowing us to hang out with you. But you know what, Lauren? I wanted to thank everyone who did show at the barbecue. You know, we had a few people, you know, show up at the barbecue. I'd like to thank everyone who did attend, or especially all of the New York pilots that attended. I know, you know, most of you have very busy schedules, and I thank you for spending that day and hanging out with everyone. You know, so
hey Gary,
hey Gary, and you know, and Gary made it all the way down from Canada. So
Dominic.
You know what, Lawrence? I got a few pictures that were taken at the meetup.
Okay, all right. So, and credit to photos to Takeoff, Lift, and Land. That's Eldon. He was there. He was.
Were some of them taken by you and Johnny?
Actually, I took some screenshots from my FPV, but Eldon did the majority of the shots of the photos.
You know those guys, right?
I don't know who the hell they are.
Yeah, okay.
They look funny. There's Eldon. All right. The cameraman for the day, which we highly appreciate. Brooklyn Jimmy says he's lurking because he's on a crowded bus. That's Tanya from the Black Drone Pilots group. She came from Philly. Pictures of this. That's you know, Captain Ray and Rob C. They were sitting over in the shade over by the fence. It was a good day, definitely, to hang out. There were a few pictures taken. That's Merrill, Fly Guy Merrill. He came from Philadelphia also. That's Tanya again. They both met at the meetup, not knowing they both lived in Philadelphia, which is funny. And there's some AI, Tony with his back turned, Tony Foz, and Captain Ray Kelly with some that's some AI work. That's a good shot. There's Tony again. And Herman looked like he caught the canary. Paulie, what's good, man? How are you? But we had a really good time. Brooklyn Jimmy had to go take his kids swimming, but he even stopped by the barbecue as well. I was telling him to come on back. You all know Jeff Norman and his wonderful wife and his Auntie Karen shirt on. We had a really good day. Okay, hold on. Who's in the picture? Me, you. Fly Guy Merrill has the dark shirt on with yellow, and his two friends that he brought, which I can't remember the names if they're given. And there's Gary right there on the side, in between them. We had plenty of food. We had enough food because Rob donated, Eldon donated. We had enough food to feed 60 people if need be.
If not more.
You know, we were prepared, and nice black and white composure. We did good. And I feel bad because Brooklyn Jimmy was there. Oh, there is a photo with. There he is. There we go. Yeah, we had showed it before. There we go. He had to go. His kids were taking swimming lessons, so he had to do the fatherly thing, and he broke out. But this was pretty much. Well, no, Tanya hadn't got here, I think, for this photo. She has. I don't see her in this photo, but this is pretty. That was pretty much the basic group that was there for a little while, a good minute. Gary, we have to thank you once again. Brands Ariel, he gave Herman and I a bottle of some very nice rum from Canada that you cannot buy. I ate my fill and Vicky enjoyed her chicken kebabs, Gary says. That's good. That's good because I felt bad, and if we did not have the chicken kebabs because we did not know that she was vegetarian, and we also left the lettuce at the house. But had we not had the chicken kebabs, I'm sure I would have gotten in the car, or somebody would have gotten in the car and made sure your wife had some food to eat. Because the supermarket was like what, Herman, less than 5 minutes away?
You would consider it around the corner pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm glad. Mark Fisher, how are you? Now, Mark Fisher had that Action 5.
I saw that.
I watched the video earlier today.
I saw that.
He's busy. He's doing a lot of commercials.
It was raining by you that day because we had lovely weather.
He was wondering if it was raining down here. But Mark, you got to keep in mind now with weather, whatever rain you get, we've already gotten.
It passes over us and
drops. It did. That particular time, it did pass us north of us.
All of the weather. When we get weather that passes from up north and comes across the Long Island Sound, it's going to fall on them, not us.
Okay.
That's why it hits the top end of Long Island.
Oh, okay. I get it. So, but anyway, he was wondering. He said it during his live stream. He was wondering if we even had to meet up because the weather was kind of crappy.
No, it was good.
But he had to work anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was good that day.
Yes, it was.
Cooperated for us, and guys got to check out the yellow submarine.
Which they repainted.
No,
they repainted Herman. Someone repainted it and
they went in there and messed with it.
They actually painted it, and I actually have a photo. Well, I don't have a photo. The internet has a photo
of the guy repainting it.
No.
Why don't he move it then?
Yeah. Hold it. Coney Island.
Yeah.
The yellow submarine. There's an actual picture.
I've seen the thing before it went in the water.
Yeah, I have a picture of that too. I was just going to share the screen real quick.
There's a video out there of the Quester.
It's called the Quester.
Before it even went into the water.
You see this yellow here? It's a really, really pale yellow. They painted it all the way down to the bottom. It's bright, and somebody wrote down.
I thought it was a school bus.
And somebody wrote their name on top of it too.
Something on top of it.
But this photo here is the actual submarine, and I got put onto this due to you because you was talking about the story, and I was like, you know what? Let me do some research and check this out. But this is what the sub actually looked like.
Yeah, see it is.
The Quester. Okay, now if you go back, I could probably share. Oh, there are some other pictures, but the guys got some decent pictures of the sub. Well, that's it. Anyway, back to the stream.
Well, you know what, Lawrence is also going to be coming up, and it'll probably be here before you know it. And I wish I could go, but we have the playoffs and then the championship. We're not going to be able to make this.
Yeah, I know. I got to be there too. Championship.
But the Vegas drone meetup This is something to check out. The Vegas drone meetup. It's November 8th through the 10th,
Yes.
2024. That's the Veterans Day weekend. I know you guys will love this. They got a lot of stuff planned, a lot of nice places to fly. I know that everybody that thinks of Vegas is just for gambling, but if you ever get out there and get the chance to check out Vegas, they got like this fake New York out there that you can see.
Right? Don't they have a miniature freedom?
Yeah, because they have a hotel.
Towers and a Statue of Liberty.
Well, see, what it is they have a hotel. It's the New York,
and it's a New York themed hotel.
And you're right, and it's supposedly like a New York themed hotel, like want to be like the
Hey, Flying Flynn,
like the Waldorf or something like that. And then it's got like the whole Manhattan skyline that they make up in the Brooklyn Bridge and the Statue of Liberty.
I've only seen photos.
A much small. If you compare like say like a model or something, yeah, that's what you would call it, a model.
Yeah. I've only seen pictures of it.
It's nice. It is nice. I took pictures of it years ago when I first went out there. When I first went to Vegas.
Yeah.
I look like those people that come here.
Looking up, stopping in the middle of the sidewalk.
Taking pictures of everything. Yeah, that was
good. You look like it. I could imagine, because if I couldn't fly a drone there, that's exactly what I would do. I would stop. I would get in the middle of the street.
So I had to get used to Vegas because the people on the street hand you. You know, here in New York, they like to hand you a lot of flyers.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like that there.
Vegas is a little. How can I say?
What?
They're a little it was a sin city, so I mean, like I don't know. I listen, they hand you a lot of flyers that some things you may not be looking for. You know what I mean? And if you're with your significant other, they give you flyers for things y'all can share together.
I got you. I totally understand.
All right.
Well, let's give a shout out real quick to who's in the chat here.
Oh, wait a minute. Who do we have in the chat, Lawrence?
Okay, we have Paulie Wedging Big. Let's see. Scrolling up, we have M Drone, Mark Fisher. We have John Flying Flynn. Oh, we're blasting walls in the background.
Look out.
We got John Olson.
Oh, look out.
We have Gary Brandt Aerials. We got Takeoff, Lift, and Land. That's a lot of rubble to pick up. Dominic, North Side Off. Brooklyn Jimmy's listening in the cut. He's got he's on the bus. Hold on, we're almost done. And we have the drone guy, 42 Angel. And of course, we cannot forget, last but not least, Waypoint New England, Corey, and Drone Shots, Joe.
Did we get SJK? Oh,
that's a lot of rubble to pick up.
JSK?
There we go, JSK Leonard. He just okay.
Yeah, I got Leonard.
Good, let's get 2,000 people here. You know, Paul, it's just that wishful thinking.
What happened?
All facts is, come on, one more we got from Marcel. We forgot him. He was listening in the cut. Come on. You got to give him an explosion too. Come on. There we go. We got you, Marcel. Herman's so violent today. I don't know. What's up?
Oh no, sister.
They're still like blowing stuff up, right?
Yeah. Sometimes
Okay,
you just
fair enough.
sometimes you get that way.
I hear you. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you again for the barbecue. I must confess, Gary, I did bust into the rum last night.
Oh.
I did. I have it in the refrigerator. It's under lock and key.
Halfway through the bottle.
No. I had 2 drinks last night, halfway through the bottle. Listen to this guy dropping the Funkmaster Flex bomb. See, Jimmy gets it. Jimmy gets it. As Marcel says, sounds like a night after bad tacos. Either that or eating cabbage.
Or too many tacos.
Yeah, too many tacos. Yeah, that's true. For sure. Well, where are we going? Where are we going next?
You know what, Lawrence? And I remember you had said something about how the Neo had only come out or was only talked about because of the 00 had out had announced at the time. I really didn't think so, and because the 00 had there was no way you could get it. I mean, it was mentioned and it was talked about being released, but you couldn't get it. But guess what has happened, Lawrence? Guess what? Would you believe it? Well, the 00 was that the 00 was the X1 Pro and the X1 Pro Max.
Right.
Hit the FCC database, from what I'm understanding.
Okay.
And I found, read and seen.
So they're ready to be sold here in the States.
And the Pro Max. So you got the X1 Pro and the X1 Pro Max. X1 Pro.
Okay.
X1 Pro Max. Both of them have hit the FCC database. And I guess you can wait for a hearing about a release date. So
okay, hey Ronnie,
that's what I'm understanding has happened in recent time.
Good. Just what we need. The market needs to be flooded with drones, because when you hear what we got to talk about later on tonight, guys, you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Does it need to be flooded with drones, or does it need to be flooded with drones that
work? We're gonna get into that too.
But you know what? You know what, Lawrence? I do know about drones is this.
Yeah.
If mine doesn't work,
right,
and I get rid of yours.
What? Wait.
And mine is the only one that's the best.
You starting to sound like your friend Skydio. If I can't beat him, I'm just gonna push him. I'm just gonna sabotage his car. If I can't beat his race car, I'll just sabotage it.
Put some sugar in the tank, right?
Put sugar in the tank. Put some road spikes down the road, a couple of oil slicks.
He's that kid in your class. He's that kid in your class that puts a pocket knife in your bag and then go tell the teacher he's seen you with a knife.
He saw you playing with a knife, right? Yep. That's Skydio. But we'll get into that a little later, because there's a lot of stuff I have to say about it.
But yeah, Lawrence, last week, right, we had mentioned right on here that your man's what's his name there? Igor from Quadro News. That's where he's from, right? That he had he had said that how the there was a FCC label. You remember that one? That one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
For the Air 3S that had a model number, serial number, and everything like that. ID number for the FCC. So we had 2 days later on when was it? Something like, when was it? The 19th, I believe it was. They had
Hey, Ray Kelly.
what happened with Ray? How's he doing?
He just popped in.
Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing there, Ray? Yeah, there was another thing that they had put out, that how they had that it was detected on one of these sites, and it was listed that the about the Air 3S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they were pretty much awaiting this drone, and then now, from what I'm seeing, that these same people here with Quadro News and them and the rest of the characters there on Twitter produced some early advanced prices on the on this, and this came from Quadro News. As you can see here, it's got his name all over. He makes sure that he gets credit for everything.
So, yeah, that's okay. That's understandable. So you can't see you stole it. So even if you blur or distort the picture, you'll see Quadro News,
Yeah,
which is smart. But these are the average prices.
Right. So you got what? The one with the
RCN3 controller.
Controller is going to cost you the average price of 15 grand or 1500. What did I say? 15 grand, 1500, which is basically the standard price for DJI drones, right?
Correct.
But that was usually the standard price of the top tier drones. But the tariffs that we're paying on these drones, that's what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have what? The Fly More combo.
Yes.
With the RC2.
Yes. That's the RC on OcuSync 4 with the dual antennas.
That's going to give you the $2,180.
Yeah, 2,100.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, yeah. That's a nice price there. Yeah.
And you know what?
There's already some people who saying that's too much, but I think that's like the standard rate now for a drone.
Yep. Since the Mavic 3 came out, yes, sir. Unless you're just going to keep buying minis.
And this is the Fly. You can get the Fly More with the third edition of the Flu controller.
The RCN3, yeah.
Yeah. So, so now here we go. What's this?
Waypoint says that's Australian money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It looks like a dollar sign. I don't know. I mean, Australia uses the same dollar sign as
let's see. Okay, so let's see. 15.25.70 in Australian money. I'm gonna see. But 15.
I mean, it could be right. I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt it. I did send you the link that showed both pricing here and in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. What was it? I don't think I have it. Oh yeah. What was it? The euros. So the Air 2S, I guess, was what?
Of course, my computer doesn't want to do anything more.
What? Why? What happened to it?
I was trying to convert it, and my computer was like, no. Well, you got too many windows open as it is.
931 euros.
Okay.
And you had
roughly around 1,000 US.
Right, for what the no, that's a little more than 1,000 US.
Hey, Scott.
A US money, you're talking about 1,500.
Yeah, it's give or take. It's give or take that.
No, it's more give. It's more
give. You gonna give more if you want that Fly More combo? I know that.
so you talking about?
And you know how they fly here in New York? You can't. It's one battery. I ain't going out for one battery. You bugging. I got 15 battery.
What dude said he got one battery flying that way One battery flying that way.
Yep.
Then I'm going to turn around and fly one battery going that way.
Yep.
And one battery going that way.
Exactly.
And then if I got more batteries, I feel like charging anything, I'm going to fly straight out that way.
Cover all points.
And I'm going to get as much as I can get.
Listen,
and that's it. No, but
sponsor break.
Sponsor. Oh my goodness. Them guys.
For drone news and tech talk, tune in every Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to Wednesday Night with those guys.
Yeah, them guys.
Okay, all right. You better listen to them. You know why?
Why?
Because we got to be here.
Oh. No, but yeah, I would listen. I'm looking forward to this Air 3S because I got the Air 2S because I didn't get the Air 2. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't think it made sense to me.
I still have my Air 2S and I still love it. It's my daily flyer because
No, I was saying what's up to Scott.
My Air 2S right now is my daily flyer. Okay. And I'm being honest about it. Now I use my Mavic 3 more for night. But since we've added another drone to the fleet, I can fly mine at work a little less. So,
listen to this dude. What we got? What was that? Scott Jackrabbit in the house?
Yeah. Yep. Scott Jackrabbit's in the house. He gets the explosion too. Everyone gets an explosion coming into the chat now. and Ronnie, you didn't get Ronnie. Ronnie came in a while back. God bless America. Hold on. Gotta get another one for him and Jim Cronin. Jim Cronin, Ariel, how are you? Welcome. And hold on. We got another one coming in. The Lambo Drive. Everyone's starting to come in. So now when you come in, you come in. Okay. Lambo Drive, Jim Schroning. Okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Wednesday Night with those guys. Hope you guys are doing well.
I know everybody's looking for this drone coming out because, here we got now with the mid-tier drone or the dual camera. And I believe that this one is going to be a little better than the last one because this one is going to have probably a larger sensor. And then the bigger the eye, the better it can see.
Well, here's something to take into consideration. I want you guys out there to listen right now because a lot of you didn't get the Air 3 because you said you're waiting for the Mavic 4, the Mavic whatever. Well, the Air 3 is coming out. But.
No, you didn't get the Air 3. You didn't get the Air 3 because you was waiting for the Air 3S.
True. But don't spend that $2,000 just yet.
Why?
That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. And we can get on with the rest of the stream.
I can spend my monies on what I want.
I agree. Yes, you can. Is that DJI drone in USA being blown up? Jim Droning. He said the explosion.
No, that's just like,
Could you imagine, Herman? They flick a switch and drones just start blowing up and shit.
Which drone?
DJI drones. You know how they had the beepers
blowing up? Skydio would be the best drone out there, just like that, right?
Huh?
Skydio be the best drone out there, just like that, right?
It would, right? Then you really know that. You really know that.
Can't get across the street. But it'd be the best drone out there, just like that. But anyhow,
we digress.
last week, your man Igor, and the rest of the crew was at work because on September 21st, right? That was last week, right?
Yeah.
Well, Igor Bogdanov, you know, your man from Quadro News, he dropped a photo of what could be the DJI Mavic 4. Now, as we know, we see this drone here in this picture.
Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the picture.
In the top of this photo here.
Yeah.
And it's strangely enough that this is not the first time we have seen photos of this. But I would like to come back to this a little later on. Because
this photo here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that a little bit later on because there has been numerous of guys have chimed in on this because OsitaLV had also had a picture of it right there, as you can see right there.
Yeah. Pay
Osita.
attention to everything in the picture.
And so did and then I believe Jasper dropped the same one that was out there. I believe this is Jasper's photo that was out there. And then I had to look deep into this picture again and look at this real good and look at it and get in, zoom in real good to see what the hell it was. And I'm looking at something a little weird about it.
It sure looks like a 4/3 sensor on top.
But it looks a little strange because it goes back to something that came across because, like I said, Jasper had dropped that other photo 2 days after or the day after. And I remember was a OsitaLV on July 19th, I believe, had dropped a photo of it here.
Right here.
This photo here of the drone now, it said there was a new gimbal and it was broken and it crashed or whatever. I don't know.
You can see on the right side of the picture, the leg is broke. The arm is broke.
But it wanted to look like the Mavic 3, but it didn't.
Right.
Like it was a little different in the body somewhat.
It looked fuller. It looks more like a whale.
as opposed to the frog look.
Yes.
Right.
And noticing the 3 sensors on the top also, I'm assuming there's another 2 or 3 sensors on the bottom, which will give it that full 360. Yeah.
And there's probably 2 in the back, but there was a video of the same thing that had come out back then. And I don't know if anybody made any deal about it, but it was a little video that was on Twitter after the crash of that same new gimbal, and was said it was a new gimbal.
Right. But if is anyone else not noticing
that the camera is very similar?
It's the similar camera. See, 3 sensors on the bottom also. Then you have the landing sensors, and it looks like a rear feed on the back. So let's see. It is foldable. And apparently when it crashes, guess it's crashable too. The props are chewed up, but all I can say is these motors look a little heftier than your standard Mavic motors. And the battery bay is
slightly different.
The battery bay is a little big too. So maybe we could be hitting that 50-minute mark with this battery.
I'm not sure, but the battery looked beat on that crash. But
but it was still work.
But that was floating around for a minute, and
Scott said it's a PME.
No, the FEMIs crash after you purchase them.
Right. This is true.
Not in the
This is
test.
true. Hey, Big Matt, what's good, man? How are you?
Big Matt, what's good?
All I can say
It's
is
3 grade standard.
that's my reason for saying earlier, don't be
yeah,
so
they're
quick
gonna
to
have
spend
three prices
$2,000 on the Air 3S. But I'm not saying don't get it, because I know people are gonna get it regardless.
People are gonna get whatever they want. That's why I
Right.
don't tell people not to or to get, because all you gotta do is put the information out there. Somebody will find the workaround.
See, Big Matt says $3,000 starting price? Question mark, question mark. Well, you got to figure if the Air 2S.
Big Matt, I told Lawrence that, and I said if they don't get it out right away, yeah, you might see it for more than what you paid for the 3. Way more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then the Air 3S, we're talking $2,500 to start.
I'm talking about then what you paid for the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
Because remember what you paid for the Phantom 3 and the you paid for the Phantom 4 Pro and the Phantom 4. You paid all the same price for it. And you didn't start paying more until you got into the Mavic 2 series, the second edition of the Mavic.
Right.
Because
okay, well,
the original Mavic was a great price.
Mm-hmm. And people were complaining about that. People were complaining about that, but I want the Mavic 4. I want the Air 3S. I want the Air 3.
The Phantom.
Huh?
The original Mavic was cheaper than the Phantom.
Yeah, that's true. $2,100 I paid for the Mavic 3, Big Matt said. Okay, so get used to paying $2,000 or more for a drone.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if this doesn't come out very soon, that you're going to pay more. You're going to pay much more.
Yes. That I can agree with.
That would be with that probably be with the flu vaccine controller.
Mm-hmm. Not even the RC2.
I wouldn't even sell that with that controller anymore, but I guess it's another option for people.
For people who don't want to pay that extra $300-$400, yeah.
It's another option for people that would like to use their phone or would like to have a tablet for a larger screen. It's a great option. Using the what's that? The I don't even know what we have, the N1R3.
The RC the RC N3, which we know has no screen. Then they have the RC2, which has the screen and the antenna sticking out.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that's the RC2.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have put an internal hard drive on that sucker, maybe they'd have something there.
Here we go again.
So you can put in third-party apps. I'm just saying.
For what reason?
Well, so people can map with their minis. Like you see on Facebook, I'm not gonna lie. I see it all the time, every day. You can map with your minis, you can map with any drone. That is not true. It's a fucking lie. I'm just saying. Can you map with a mini? Yes. Will you get the quality that you get from a Mavic 3 Enterprise? No. That's all.
Oh, what were you talking about now?
I guess this is when they introduce. Now, see, Big Matt has an idea, and I thought this too, Big Matt. If they were going to introduce an RC Pro 2, the Mavic 4 would be the best way to do it. And then I guess that would mean the end of the Mavic 4 line.
Dude, that's what they did.
Line. Then it'd be on the OcuSync 5, right?
How they did with the last one.
I know. That's exactly what
and then they went straight to the next operating system with the next drone.
Angel said, I'm not buying another drone. I'm buying a full-frame camera, getting an R6. I don't blame you. That's horrible. Look, see, Eldon thinks they will too. It would be smart to come out with the RC2 once you drop the Mavic 4. How much? And what was the RC Pro was what, $1,200?
Oh God, yo!
So I could see this one being about $1,500.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Oh Lord, no. Oh no.
Just saying.
What are you just saying, man? What are you? I don't know. What are you just saying?
Well,
I'm just saying. Well, let me just say this, because I'm going back to your boys them on Twitter, and your man, oh man, he's at it again. Igor from Quadro. Yeah. Ooh, it has hit the database, the FTC database, and I don't know. We someone seemed to have missed this one. He says, because it's there. It's there. The DJI RC Plus 2. I don't know when we had the plus. We got the plus 2.
RC Plus 2.
So it seems as if you're getting the controller that you were asking for. You're getting what you wanted. We got a FCC label here with the ID number, I guess, and we got a serial number. We got a model number and everything right there for a new remote. So I'm just waiting to see pictures of it. Hopefully it is bigger than some of the other ones that they have put out. I've got like 50 generations of the controller here. If you would like to see it, I would like to show it. I got like 20 generations.
You think you got enough radios
of it? Huh?
You think you got enough radios?
Yeah.
I know how backups have backups.
Well, we got about 40 generations of the radio here.
True.
And I'm going to be screwed up later on figuring out which one goes to what drone, but.
Oh, no. That's going to be fun.
No, but I know. I can look at them and tell.
What? One screen's cleaner than the other? What? How are you going to...
No, you see that guy that tells you, right, that he's married to a twin, but he can't tell it.
Hey, Bill.
He's a liar.
Hey, Philip.
Philip.
Yep, Philip gets an explosion too. He's got to get an explosion. And Bill coast to coast. That's 2 explosions.
I thought they was here already. They wasn't here already?
No. Just or they lurking and came in. It's Philip's explosion. Then we have Angie gets one too. Bill coast to coast, and one more for Angie.
Angie is here.
Angie gets an explosion too.
That it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Anyway, click that like button if you haven't already. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We're talking drones and more as usual. We went from the Air 3S onto where?
So yeah, we got that looks like we getting a new remote, right?
Yeah. Everyone was asking for a new remote. That
So you asked for it, you got it. You know, I think DJI is doing like 4. They're listening to you.
No, listening. They're listening to somebody.
Dude, you
Let's
didn't know
see
that.
what happens.
They're listening to you in your Ford car.
Listening to me in my Ford car.
Yeah, okay. My sister, she was driving to where was she going? She was going out to Connecticut.
Okay.
And the car told her that she should take a stop. She should stop. Now, it never told me that when we were out there.
That you should stop.
Yeah. Take a break from driving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As much as we were in that car, and it never said pull over, take a breather.
They didn't care than us to run off the road and kill ourselves.
Yeah, especially
Heard
telling
me
us,
talk about how much I don't like it.
right, especially telling us turn now, and there's a fence there. Turn now, there's a mountain there. Turn now, there's a tree on that side. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't know.
The fact that GPS was abusive.
Yeah, it's a little retarded, but let's move on. You know, we need to move on because what was it there? The last week, right? We were talking about the Osmo Action, right? The Action
Mhm.
5.
Mhm.
The Osmo Action 5 Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dropped on the best day of the year, bro. September 19th. All right.
Oh, your birthday.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get one though.
It would have been nice though, right?
Yeah, it was nice, right? No, I didn't buy one because I didn't need it, but the price is beautiful. But let's get into this because as we mentioned last week, it was the launch was coming the next day because it was right after the stream, the day after the stream. Right as this thing comes out, we are on our way to the very first firmware update for this thing, and it's version 01.00.07.30. Now that's for the Action 5 Pro, and for the Mimo app you got version 2.1.0.
Okay.
Now this thing here happens to it does a couple of things this update. I know it brings adds support for the 1080p at 48, 50, and 60 frames per second in video in the super high was the super night. This is something you like, the super night shooting mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that's something you would probably like. Everything,
Yes.
the night shooting is gotta shoot good at night.
Yes, because you know what the problem is?
Shoot good at night. Leave it in the store.
Right, but the main problem is with these action cameras, their night mode is only good in 4K 30. So now that they have 4K 30 and they have 1080p and at those different frame rates, it helps. You might want to save something in 1080p and have it look as good as a Mavic 3 night mode or action night mode. So I think that's a plus, definitely.
Well, one of the things that jumps out is the color recovery for the D-Log M. Yes. For the 10-bit night mode or 10-bit 10-bit mode and color mode in the color in your color formats. So that's one for you. So
okay,
that's another feature that this thing is actually supporting. And give me a second. I can't see worth the shit without my glasses.
Oh, it says it also optimizes image quality as well for power consumption when it's in 4K 120 recording mode.
Okay, you got that.
So that update is that update is supposed to help it, but
yeah,
super slow motion.
That was the one I liked.
Yeah. The slow motion part. Well, I could go into it if you want. The super slow motion supports 4K, 2.7, and 1080. Where super slow motion or slow motion usually only supported 4K by itself. Now it's 2.7 and 1080p at 16:9 widescreen at a minimum of 100 frames per second.
Yeah, that's what I thought was crazy. And what is funny about that, it's giving you a motion feature function that features of like what up to 960 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's on the playback, right?
Yeah, for slow motion, it can go as high as 960. That's crazy. But they claim you need to go that high. So if you're following a dirt bike with a FPV bird, and you have this camera on, you can go frame by frame by frame with that 960, or show 2 frames at a time.
I think that's. I think what because it's only supported in the 4K at 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the kind. I think it's a mimicking a playback of that.
Okay.
The 960.
I'd like to see it. Mark Fisher has it. I'm waiting to see his. I'm waiting to see some of his footage.
Because they really went overboard with this camera for the price that it's at, and you know, there's more features on it that it has, but you know, for also it supports recording within the webcam mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wow.
If you're using it as a webcam,
right? Yeah. You know, but there's also 7 functions that make this thing really special to jump out. Is, you know, the 13.5 stops of dynamic range.
Yeah.
So you got.
Once I saw that, I said, night mode is going to look pretty. Crazy. Night mode is going to look pretty.
And you got a 4-hour battery time.
No action cam out there right now has a 4-hour battery life. Plain and simple.
Built-in subject tracking and centering. It's got underwater, you know, underwater performance up to, I guess, I think it was I don't remember how many meters before you need
20. It can go 20 meters before you have to put it in the case due to pressure.
Okay, and then it has the low light, an enhanced low light performance.
Mm-hmm.
It has the dual OLED touchscreen with high brightness.
Well, that 20 meters, I had it calculated, is basically 65 feet. But
yeah, that's
the best feature about this underwater thing.
That's kind of deep.
Yeah, 65 feet. But one of the things that I found was attractive about it, was just the price for $349, but this thing has an altimeter on it.
Mm-hmm.
It has an altimeter on it, some type of barometer to which you can actually look at the screen and it will tell you the pressure of the water around it.
Well, that's not foreign because, you know, the Enterprise drones calculate wind and all that other stuff like that. So,
yeah, well, this is going underwater now, so that's crazy though. Where technology is going, how much better it's getting. So you don't have to look at your diving watch or whatever. You can look at the camera and focus on the camera and see, okay, I'm past that 65 feet. I'm hitting 100 and pressure is hit like this or at this. Would I use it? No, because I stay away. I'm not scuba diving anymore.
No more?
I tried it one time. That was it. It was enough. The air tasted funny coming out of the tank.
Uh-huh. You were scuba dive, but
it takes some using. It takes some getting used to because I had fins. I can do that. I have fins, but barehanded and with the feet by myself, I'm splashing like a duck.
Let me see if I got this straight. With your feet in plastic shit, you would get the water, but not.
Yeah, because I know I can propel myself. I'm not the perfect piece of art down there, but I'll at least be able to move. Yeah.
So if you fell in the water and there was ducks in the water, God, holy hell.
They would probably all drown because I'd be trying to pull them together to make a giant buoy. I'm just saying. How are you, Jay Santiago? You'd see this big fluffy thing floating, and I'd be on top of it.
Anyhow, you know how DJI wants to have everything, so where you can have so you can create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they got seamless connectivity, right? And editing with the Nemo app. So all of that with Wi-Fi 6.0 and USB 3.0 for a minimal price of $349. Anywhere between there and $449.
Well, the adventure combo comes with all of that.
Yeah.
I'm interested. What's if Mark is still here? What did you get, Mark? Did you get? He said he got
The
the
adventure
Pro.
combo. What'd you get?
Yeah, did you get the adventure combo? Because I saw he was opening a lot of stuff. Shark hunting. Yeah, he's shark hunting, and you got a GoPro there.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the GoPro, and you get eaten at the same time.
Shark hunting. Nah, not until they make the underwater machine gun.
Oh, we're 2 minutes past our second sponsor.
Oh, really? Okay, second sponsor.
He got the adventure combo. He was saying.
That's nice. That's good. That's good. Okay, what's the second sponsor is your people from over there down on the other spot on the other side. There we go. ROBOTICS. If you're a Part 107 pilot and you're looking to scale your operations, keep all your records, book all your appointments, build your own website. If you're looking for tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot, then ROBOTICS is for you. ROBOTICS. Check it out. There's a link in the description below.
Okay. And we're back.
So, Lawrence.
Yeah. The meat of the show. The meat of the show. I'm warming my hands up for this one. You know, you warm up your hand. You know, you warm up your hand and smack your wife on the behind.
No,
I'm warming up my hands for this one.
What? Because we're at the what? Oh, what's so special about
Touch
this?
your camera or something because you're blurry.
I'm fine in my picture.
Oh, on my end. Oh, now it's clearing. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's on my end. Yeah, Mark says he's got the adventure combo.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's the combo that I think that most people would get because it's well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I see what your problem is, Lawrence.
What?
I see what you're looking at. Well, we're at a moment and point in time where we were going to discuss some of the commercial side of the drone. I guess we could say the drone industry.
Okay, the beef of tonight.
So recently, in an article in Drone XL, there was a thing where they said that industry experts slam U.S. drone maker, Skydio, for their tactics. I usually don't talk about Skydio here because because of their tactics.
Right.
And because of their business practices, you know, I waited. I bought a Skydio drone and I waited, or I was going. I changed my mind on it. I also changed my mind on another drone that was I thought was being made by the Heinz ketchup company. All the anticipation, but no ketchup.
What drone was that?
I don't even remember the name of the damn thing. What was it? X Dynamics?
Yes, X Dynamics. Yes.
They're probably out now, but who has one?
Nobody.
Yeah. You probably know only a couple of guys in the film industry. Oh, you know who's got one?
Who?
That guy Eli that does the videos for them.
Oh shit, he's the only one that got one.
He got
I
one.
haven't seen one in a drone store anywhere. I don't even know if they sold more than 100 of them. X Dynamics.
They had to have sold it. I'm just saying to you, they wasn't trying to sell them to us.
Yeah, true.
Listen, I bought a drone. I need to get it within the next week or so.
I agree with you.
Not next year, 6 years from now, whenever you feel like getting around to it, Skydio.
B&H.
Whenever you get the money from him to build mine,
B&H.
that you can get my money to build his, that kind of thing. I'm not with that. But U.S. experts supposedly went after Skydio. They, professionals, like I said, they criticized the Skydio because of their, basically their practices, their lobbying efforts, and their performance is just bad. For they want to legislate, as they say in the article. We're talking about how that Skydio wants to legislate competition out of the market as opposed to compete for product quality. And I thought that was funny because in the article also talks about how co-founder and CEO of Skybrowse, he talks about not only does their lobbying cripple, existing life-saving technology, but it also hinders innovation largely, and that's interesting because here you have the company, like we were making jokes and stuff before, right? About if I can eliminate the competition, then I'm the best. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't really have to do anything. If I can eliminate the competition, I become the best. So
whatever happened to going up against the competition and see who had the best pizza?
Not anymore, because it's he who hollers the loudest makes, gets it. But anyhow, but they also, like I said, they talk about how Skydio has actually because the article goes on to speak how Skydio has the worst reputation in public service. Hold on a second.
Yes.
Turn this vent the other way so I can get this. Anyway.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to fix something there with the air conditioner.
All right.
Yeah, they have the worst record or performance with public service, and the fact that their lobbying has eliminated the some of the best technology away from agencies within the government for that work in the public service. So you got your record of the drone with public service, and because of your lobbying, you've stripped that tool away from some of the agencies that are allowed to use it.
Right, DJI.
Not allowed to use it now, but and like I said, it all goes back to DJI and even Autel, because even that's a better product than what you're producing.
Right. Mark just said Skydio is not even a competitor. I mean, Autel had a better shot. They did have a better shot And I respond to Mark by saying
yeah, it's a better product.
Skydio paid their way to the top.
And it's funny because they talk about Skydio's having in this article, like I mentioned, performance issues, product performance issues. What was this gentleman here with the Mark Calderon?
Mm-hmm.
He was I said he's a retired police officer or retired from the military, and he's a Dallas police officer.
Yes.
He was highly disappointed with the Skydio drone because get a load of this one, folks. He lost signal at 1,500 feet, completely total loss of signal. And he also had trouble flying this at night. And they've been looking for an American drone for the last couple of years. Said that has what was the resolution on this?
He said he said we begged you guys at Skydio for 5 years for a decent thermal camera, and here's the pisser, not an essentially useless digital enhanced 320p.
Yeah,
because that's all they're using on thermal.
Yeah,
people, I'm going to say right now, your children's screens that on their toys have better resolution than 320p.
So this is what they say. So they're making a big noise, and they've slammed Skydio due to Skydio's basically their practices. They're lobbying and they're performing poorly, and there's issues with their drones. And I remember back on May 8th of this year, we spoke on Skydio and them underperforming in the UK.
Yes.
Back on Wednesday night with those guys, 251.
Okay.
When they talked about how bad they performed, they didn't even meet up to the level of the American drone. The American drones didn't meet up to the level of the Chinese drones that they were using over there
in the Ukraine. Yes,
and that these drones were finicky and performed poorly at best, and weren't able to get the range that they claimed to be able to get with the payloads that they had on them.
Right, and I wanted to point out this article goes in to mention Vic Moss. We've had him on here multiple times. UAS regulatory subject matter experts. He expressed his concern about Skydio's legislative efforts, which I keep saying Skydio did not earn their way to the top in the United States market. They paid their way to get there. And he goes, quote, Skydio is actively destroying the U.S. drone industry, whether intentional or not. Their direct ties to Representative Stefanik, you know that, are being used to push the leading manufacturers out of the U.S. market without considering the toll it's going to take on our emergency service providers and EMS and police. It's called.
Now but now you know who's paying her.
Yes. So every time she gets out there and says, "I drone this, drone that," Skydio is in her pocket, plain and simple. And this is something that you guys should take into account. You're not going to hear this kind of stuff on other live streams because I guess people don't want to go into detail, but there's a lot going on here. Skydio paid their way into the government. U.S. government used Skydio. They said it sucks. The Ukrainian government used Skydio. They said it sucked. Americans are using Skydio. New York City Police Department
canceled their order.
And there are precincts that say, we're not flying that garbage. We're keeping our DJI stuff until they tell us we can't fly it anymore.
funny you say that because I watched them launch from the precinct.
Right there, right in your neighborhood, right there.
Right. They have the drone program at the precinct. And it is they were flying the Mavic 3 Enterprise.
Mm-hmm. Exactly my point. There are local police precincts in New York City, even though the New York City Police Department says, "Oh, we're using Skydio drones to do this and do that." Police officer just said in the article, the damn thing disconnects up to 1,500 feet. You're on top of a skyscraper. How fucking far you think you're gonna go? In New York City, you're gonna pass a building and that shit's gonna lose connection.
1,500 feet. Wow.
Yeah, come on, man.
Wow. It doesn't. The Phantom with that OcuSync 2?
The Phantom OcuSync.
Way further than that.
Yeah. Lightbridge went further than that.
Yeah. 1,500 feet.
Come on.
Leave that.
If you guys out there would actually measure out 1,500 feet, go up with your camera drone legally and go 1,500 feet away from you and see if your drone disconnects. It's not going to happen with DJI.
Well, it depends on what kind of drone you're flying.
But going into what you were saying about Bobby Oyang, the co-founder at Skybrows, he did not bite his tongue. He did not bite his tongue with it. Right. I'm disappointed at the fact that our government is. I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but
well, there were a few comments that were made. I just mentioned those two people.
Well, the industry impact. I'm going to bring this up. The industry impact that Skydio has caused on EMS and rescue workers here in the United States will be so dramatic that people will die. You know why? Because with that cheap ass 320 resolution infrared, you can't see a rabbit on a freaking rock somewhere. I'm just saying.
And if the drone can't,
go past 1,500 feet,
past 1,500 feet, then beyond visual line of sight is not for you.
Exactly. And now the impact, the industry impact says the controversy surrounding Skydio's tactics sparked a heated debate for the U.S. drone industry. A lot of professionals are arguing that legislative ban could have unintended consequences for public safety and innovation. And I'm going to leave it at that. Plain and simple. I'm going to leave it at that. And you guys still, we have the drone advocacy. Fill it out, send it. Vic Moss and his people are constantly updating it. So now that it passed first in Congress, it's got in wherever the hell it passed. We still have to keep sending in them letters because they are hearing us.
Guys, there's a link in the description below. Please let your voice be heard.
Yes.
Click on it, fill it out. Please. It won't hurt.
Thanks for listening, RJ.
Fight.
And to show you how serious this is, Drone XL even put at the bottom of the advertisement, and I'm hoping
they even chimed in on
employees see this, and I didn't know if you were going to talk about it, but they say the ongoing controversy surrounding Skydio lobbying effect and its impact on the drone industry continues to evolve. But if you are an employee of Skydio that no longer works for them, and you got something to say, hey, shoot us, give us a call, and so we can see what's going on. That's crazy, right?
Call them up, Skydio.
Yeah, they're saying if you used to work for Skydio and you weren't happy or whatever, hey. Here it is. Are you a current or former Skydio employee with insights into drone making culture, lobbying efforts, or business practices? We'd like to hear from you. Hey, what can you say, right?
Oh, well.
Well, it's so full. Philip asked the question. We are the reason why it was dropped out of the Senate. We are the reason. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what's going on. You know what's going down. People's pockets are being lined to say one thing, whether they believe in it or not. I mean, you could tell her the sky is purple, and if you pay her enough money, she'll say the
Right.
sky is purple.
The thing is, and what I find so troubling about it with Skydio is that they finance this with what? Where'd they get this money from? Because I know a lot of people bought those drones and then they
Well, if you
turned it
remember,
back.
they first originally, if you remember, they were bragging about how they had a contract with
They
the
turned it
military.
back. Right, they
They
got
had
the
a contract with the military. I think
right,
they
they got
used
the
military
contract.
funding to fund this.
Right, to give it right back to the government to lobby
Mhm.
to eliminate competition to hoist them straight to the top.
Right.
And
Right.
that's interesting.
Yeah. They brought their way to the chair. You
But
remember?
you see now, but you see now, I think that I think the people in the government, lawmakers, are seeing this.
Some are. Some are. This is
They're
true.
seeing this. You know, and everybody that has a platform that can expose them should expose them, because I listen. I don't have a horse in the race, but I don't give a shit. I'm like this. Yo, listen. Right now, I call for a ban on Skydio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ban
If you
Skydio.
work in if you work in law enforcement and you're watching this because we live stream on LinkedIn and stuff
Refuse
too.
apply.
If
Ban
you
Skydio.
work in law enforcement, the EMS emergency services, any way, shape, or any agency that uses a DJI drone, let your boss know that they should straight
They know already.
boycott Skydio.
Who's with me? Ban Skydio.
Think about it. They paid their way to the top, and you know what happens when you pay your way to the top and you shit on people on the way up, right?
Let's get our torches and storm the office, the front office.
Hey, Mendez Drone Ops, how are you, man? Welcome to the chat. Hope all is well.
What's going on, man?
You know, it's just food for thought. Keep going to the Drone Advocacy Alliance. Keep sending them.
Always be heard.
You know, now I think Vic Moss said that they're going to modify it so that it goes to the proper higher ups. Okay. There's still hope. You have to keep hope alive.
Lawrence?
Yes.
You know, I was making a joke earlier about, well, I've been making a joke about the
Philip Koshek says he's been banning them for years.
About the controller.
Yeah.
The RCN1 controller, the N1R, N1R controller, and the N1R2 controller.
Yeah.
I make jokes about how many of them I have, but shit, these smart controllers are starting to build up.
Okay, so you use the smart controllers for the roof of the house you're building.
For the roof?
Yeah.
I'm not buying another I'm not buying another drone with that controller though.
With the RC Pro?
No, with the regular controller.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. You're right. You might as well get one with a screen.
I'm not going to use my phone, and they won't make a controller that has a good tablet mount.
True, that's true too. We've always had to go third party,
and
even
that tablet mount makes it too top heavy to fly with that controller. Plus, these controllers get better range.
Yeah. Well, let's see what that RC2 Pro, that RC Pro 2 is.
I'm waiting. I want to see some.
Maybe
come out.
They'll put an internal hard drive in, and that'll be the all-around radio for you guys with OsitaLV.
I want to see some pictures come out.
Yeah, I want to see, is that going to be the main radio for everyone on OsitaLV 4?
I want to see some leaks.
Urban needs to open up a store and call it Controller City. where his prices are insane. That's Crazy Eddie, bro.
You know what?
I remember Crazy Eddie.
You know what? We did have that on here one day, but I actually need these controllers. Every last one of them.
Right. Our backups need backups.
Well,
No?
the other one is inside. But
Right. So you have
this is the Enterprise.
right.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. That's why I tell you that dude that tells you he's married to a twin and can't tell you to tell the difference. He's a liar. He's just a freak. This is the this is the RC Pro right here,
Okay.
and they look identical, right? But
True.
I can tell the difference.
Software is different.
I don't have them on.
No, I'm saying the software is different on the Enterprise.
I can tell from looking at them.
Oh, okay.
Dude, if you go to, once again, if you're married to a twin and you can't tell the difference between her and her sister, you're in trouble. I know the difference between the two controllers. I had this one around here for a long time.
Okay. All right. Well,
And then the smart controller, because you can tell by that.
true. Yes, you can. All right. So the controller kingdom is growing.
And then this guy that came with the Mini 3 Pro.
Right. Drone Day says they all look the same. Well, you're right about that. Herman, you're right about the twin thing, because if you kiss twins, they kiss differently.
Oh, here we go. If you got that far, you're the monster I'm talking about.
Oh, damn. Here we go. It just so happened that I wanted to prove a theory. I was a lot younger.
Yeah, here we go.
I didn't know, but I had liked one twin, but the other one had liked me. So let's just say I couldn't tell the difference at one time. That's all. But you could tell when they kissed. The Avata 2 Goggles 3 check props changed out how the 4-blade master screws. Check the new FPV controller on one battery. Charge 3 to 4 ways a short.
Thank you, Philip, for getting him back onto the drones.
Gary. SJM, how are you, man?
All he wanted to do was infiltrate somebody's daughter.
No. I liked one twin, but the other one liked it.
Goggles 3. What?
Never mind. Back to drone news. And the next story, in fact, our third sponsor's up now.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Wow. You know what, Lawrence? Well, anyhow. Looking to buy a new drone? Well, if you're looking to buy a new drone and you want to protect your drone, Phantom Flight 10, that'll give you 10% off on any nano cases, any nano card cases, knapsacks, and nano product. Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on any nano product, whether you want to protect your drone, watches, cameras, gimbals, firearms, whatever it is that you want to protect. Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off.
Okay. All right. We are all sponsored out.
Okay.
But getting back to Skydio, they have had so many bad reviews and things. And this isn't locally, so you can't say that this stuff was created to make them look bad. They've been tested around the
Did
world.
anybody
Around
else
the
talk
world,
about them other
people
than
have said their shit.
Did anybody else talk about them other than the Ukraine and the police officer and that we mentioned and the CEO of Skydio?
Okay, well, there's just
I mean,
according to the Florida,
they're throwing the
according to
dirt
this
on them.
article, Florida Senate Committee met in March 2023, and they said Skydio was accused of pimping for government contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
They are.
if you remember, Skydio said we're not making any more consumer drones, but we are making an enterprise drone for the military. And that's where they started, and they got their funding, and they shitted on everybody because people that got the Skydio 2, the Skydio 1 were like, wow, they just left us hanging. That's exactly what they did. And like the article says, they pimped our government. Okay, and used our own government's money to buy votes in the government. And now DJI is on the list, and Autel and whoever, the Anzu Robotics, and it's going to go on and on. But yet, go ahead.
And let me interject, and I blame the United States government for that. You know why? Because you proposed something that you knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And that's why they did that to you.
Yeah, Skydio got away with it.
You proposed something and you took on the people who couldn't even sell drones to consumers.
Exactly.
You took those companies on to make drones for you. That was a bad practice.
And instead of taking the money from our government, which you got from the military, to lobby against DJI and making better drones, you lined your pockets and you lined the politicians' pockets. Plain and simple.
Honestly, what it looks like is, truthfully speaking, when you have all these drone manufacturers, right, and you have two drone manufacturers that are selling the majority of the drones to consumers. Now follow what I'm going with this. You are trying to stop any Chinese-made drones coming into the country when all of the American companies who make drones only make enterprise drones.
Yes.
So I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So now you're going with your new bill, you want to go after all of the Chinese-made drones, anybody who's licensed through these companies and these other drones that are out there, all of the products that come in through these companies, you want them all done complete. Understandable. So if you're going to do that, right, what are you going to replace them with? Because remember I said to you, the precinct up the street here has a drone program. Now they dispatch the drone on gunshots fired in the area.
Right.
Now, if the precinct is over here and the gunshots are fired over here, and this is in their jurisdiction, and we are flying recreational here, did we hear the gunshots? Probably not.
Right.
The police department did. Now, are we not in the line of range of their operations?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Would we know that they dispatched this drone? No, we wouldn't.
No, you're right. You're right.
Nor would they know that we're here flying. So if they can eliminate us altogether with their land use ordinance and all kind of other stuff that they've put in place,
$150 permit
all over the country.
Yeah.
With rural municipalities come with different things. That's how you eliminate those things. That's how you clear the airspace for you to be able to operate freely and do what you need to do.
You're right.
I'm just saying, food for thought. But
Yeah, Elvin was saying.
But did you see those prices on the Air 3S?
Yeah, they're gonna get more expensive. I'm guesstimating, Herman, by the Mavic 4, the average price of a drone will be $2,500 out the box.
Yeah,
it's already 2,000 now.
I like how they taped all of this together.
Now, you got this picture looping.
You want me to loop it?
Yeah, I want you to loop it because you mentioned something earlier, and people may not understand the concept behind this, but this is what photographers do when they do those camera reviews. Like Herman mentioned, they have 2 mirrorless cameras on the sides. They have the Mavic 3 Pro on the bottom in the rack, and then they have the Mavic 4 or alleged Mavic 4 camera on top. This is the only way you can take 4 pictures of the same exact subject under the same exact conditions. I think it's ingenious.
Got two cameras, 2 regular cameras. And the 2 drone cameras.
And obviously it's a 4/3 sensor.
But if you're gonna put that many f-stops on the action cam, I'm waiting for this drone.
Yes. Imagine what you could get. You could take it off though. Imagine what you could get video wise with the 13.5 f-stop. People would know how to act, Herman. You know that? In fact, that would be one of the selling points to a Mavic 4. Because I know a lot of people be like, damn, $2,500, that's expensive. But it's not, guys. You spent $2,500 for the Mavic 3 and didn't even realize it. By the time you got filters and you got a case and accessories, right? Exactly. You paid that $2,500. The average price of a drone now.
Honestly, right now, I'll be honest with you, with the way that DJI did with the Mavic 3, if they did anything similar with the 4, for the guys that went out and bought the RC Pro, unless you really need a controller to fly all of your drones that are on OcuSync 4, unless you really need that, it doesn't pay to do it because the regular controller that they come up with the antennas on it now
has
the same amount of antennas as the RC Pro and the more advanced controller to be able to fly the distance that you need to fly and to get the connection that you need to get.
I know one thing, you'll be able to go further than 1,500 feet.
And the fact that
I'm just saying, Skydio sucks.
Ban Skydio. The fact that
boycott Skydio.
The fact that these drones that with these controllers now, you got built-in screens and everything like that. I mean, listen, innovation is innovation, bro.
True.
You can't beat that. And if Skydio wants to legislate them out of business, the people are still here fighting for it.
But you mentioned something, Herman. You mentioned something earlier.
People are fighting to keep a Chinese company.
Politicians, you mentioned something earlier. Some politicians are starting to wake up to the fuckery of what Skydio's doing.
I'm starting to hear it, but some of the lawmakers benefit from, because you remember when I told you, I showed you that analogy, like if you got arrested for something, and you got three types of lawyers.
Yeah.
You got that lawyer that comes in and he says to you, he said, listen, they got this, that, and the other on you. I think you should take the plea bargain and let's get this over with. Because he's got to get on to the next guy he's going to tell that bullshit to.
Right.
Then you got another lawyer that'll come in and tell you, listen, give me $5,000 and when we go back to court, you give me another $450. I'll fight like hell for you. This are the charges that they got on you. I think we can beat this.
Right.
And then you got that other guy that comes in and says to you, these charges are bullshit. Give me 25 grand. I'll get you out of here tomorrow.
Yeah. That's basically how it goes. That's
and you give that guy that large ass sum of money that you just sweated your ass off for. And you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna give a portion of it to him and a portion of it to him because we went to school with this guy, you know. We went to school, we went to law school together. Right. And he's gonna he's gonna bring you home.
Exactly.
You know? And that's how it works.
Oh, you're starting to max headroom there for a second. You caught up. It's going. Well,
I think that's all we can say. We're doing it too earlier.
All we can say is keep going to the Drone Advocacy Alliance. Keep filling out the form. Don't curse, because if you curse, that gives them the right to deny that application.
Makes sense out of it.
Keep it diplomatic, makes sense. Say, you guys are losing anything, but don't curse. Let them know we don't tolerate it. And right now we're looking at 1.5 to 2 years before this thing goes through.
Really?
But then it depends on who gets nominated this year. So, well, the certain parties may get nominated and forget all about it. Or say I'm not down for it.
It is a bipartisan bill, though. And I realized from the debate that the Democrats are willing to let the Republicans fall on the sword on this one.
Okay. Well,
so I don't know. I listen to what I listen to. I hear what I hear.
All right, we got the next story coming up.
What I wanted to talk to you about was, you familiar with Wing, right?
Oh yes, Wing, for years.
Yeah, Wing. Yeah, Wing happens to be a drone delivery firm who's owned by Google. The parent company, Alphabet. Alphabet, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they have, like I said, they have Wing, and they have they've compiled a. This is crazy. I didn't know it was this. I've been hearing so much nay, and I didn't know it was so. But they have a grocery delivery landscape, and they've laid out the a whole layout of the drone delivery, I guess, in the United States, because they're saying that that it's actually evolving, even though we don't believe that it is.
Really?
They claim that it's evolving, and we knew it was in places like Lockford and stuff like that, and College Station and stuff like that, but I didn't realize it was so widespread, and I didn't realize, we talk about this shit more than anybody else.
True.
Because if anybody tells you they heard anything about drone delivery on any other live stream more than this one, you's a liar.
Yeah, I hear you. I would have to agree with that.
No, I'm dead serious. If you tell me that you heard on any other live stream on YouTube more than this one about drone delivery, you're a damn liar. But they've laid out a whole landscape on this, and like I said, I didn't know it was this widespread, because like I said, they claim it's evolving, and according to Wing, 60% of U.S. consumers now prefer grocery delivery by drone than than in-store shopping?
Yeah.
I'd like to know how you come to figure that, but was it done with a survey? Because I mean, you cannot do the magnitude of shopping by drone that you can by
car, truck, bus. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just find that to be interesting how they came up with that those numbers and over in stores shopping, like I said, the shopping 44%. That's up 44% for the last 2 years from 2 years ago.
Somebody's buying. Somebody's
Up
getting
45% from 2 years ago. That makes absolutely no sense to me. And in 2024, right, grocery delivery market, right, is projecting what? They're talking about what? $150 billion? That is crazy. That's 25% growth from 2023.
I'd like to know where they're getting these numbers from. Are they inflating these numbers to make the market?
They're percentages. They're percentages. So it would work well whether you had 10 people buying groceries or 15. It doesn't matter. They're just percentages. Okay. And if you have and if the price to deliver is small, then like how these things are doing medication, mostly medication, and like a pack of Twinkies or something like that, an orange juice or like some vitamins or some one little thing here and there, then I guess you can call it grocery shopping.
True.
Excuse me.
I guess you could, but
I think that up 25% growth from 2023.
Yeah.
But look here, look at this chart. And these are the states.
Yeah.
Right here in
so
New York.
They say, so they claim.
Ooh.
And the deep purple states are involved even deeper.
Right here in New York. Who knew?
Yeah, New York is yeah. They're getting deliveries here. They're not getting them down here in the city. I know that. But I would tend to believe that they're doing that, Herman. They're getting those deliveries up in New York. Remember where they have the highway? Mm-hmm. They have the 50-mile corridor. Yeah. All of that testing. All of that was testing area. Texas. Yeah. So I could see that happening. In which case, because
the darker states is the highest concentration.
Yeah. So,
And what makes it so interesting about this is that
it's the young people,
right? It's the millennials and Gen Z,
right? In other words, their lazy asses would rather pay extra money.
Millennials is not the young people.
Okay, well, like the Gen Z are the younger ones, and they would rather pay extra money to get their Coca-Cola delivered as opposed to having to turn off their Xbox and get in the car and go get it themselves.
Yeah, you're talking about millennials will represent about 70% of those who are shopping, and Gen Z is 65% of those who are shopping.
Yeah.
Wow. These are interesting numbers or percentages, but it's like I said, you could have 10 people doing it and they can have these numbers.
Exactly. They're guesstimating.
I'd like to see it done, especially if you can get something hot delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still hot without bird pecks.
That would be a keeper. That would definitely be a keeper.
Bird pecks?
Wait till the ravens and crows find out there's food, and seagulls find out there's food in them damn things.
Can you imagine that?
You mean if we land on top of that thing and make it crash, just good eatings?
Not crash, just ride it and eat while we ride.
Oh shit!
Dinner cruise.
Oh damn! Can you imagine drone would be covered with bird shit? That would be funny. Try and catch. Anyway, we got another story here.
Well, you know what, Lawrence? Talking about this other one here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zipline's P2 system. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. Are you familiar with the P2 system? Because when the P2 system came out, we all made jokes about the P2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we made a lot of jokes. We talked about how this shit wasn't going to work. And they got an all new P2 system.
Yeah.
And here is the P2 system while it charges and everything like that. And Zipline has released a video that offering a look inside at the new P2.
Hey, View Chaser.
And we would like to you just to take a look at the video a little bit of the video that we watched about the P2 and the P2 system and what they've been doing, because I know a lot of guys don't think the P2 system is possible. But let's take a look at it.
I'm Lauren Lacey, and I'm the lead mechanical integration engineer at Zipline. I'm here at one of our manufacturing facilities to show you what we've been working on. Soon, our network of zips will be making instant deliveries for partners all over the country, starting in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Zips are built to carry deliveries up to 8 pounds, food, medicine, groceries, and bring those items directly to homes across the U.S. Deliveries start at a dock where zips are charged and loaded. When a customer places an order, the business prepares it like they normally would. When it's ready to be delivered, the droid comes down from the zip for loading, using either an indoor or an outdoor loading portal. It takes just a few seconds to load and send the order. The system then does automatic safety checks before the droid goes back into the zip, and then the zip takes off. At the delivery location, the zip stays high in the sky, safely and quietly out of the way. The droid descends from the zip on a tether and self-navigates to its precise delivery spot. The droid then gently delivers the package and zooms back up into the zip. The delivery itself takes just a few moments, and then the zip is back on its way to a dock to charge. It's all pretty mind-blowing when you see it in person, but eventually we think it's going to be normal, boring, everyday delivery, only much faster and better for the environment. To get there, this technology has to be as reliable as humanly and robotically possible. So over the past year, we've been putting our hardware and our software through rigorous around-the-clock testing. Right now, we're doing thousands of tests every day on each and every component. Cycle testing on our roll tilt, motor spin testing in our wind cannon, wingtip light function testing, droid door testing, vibration and pogo testing on our primary structure, and so much more. To prepare for both icing conditions and extreme heat, we run thermal chamber tests from -50 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're also doing full flight testing in cold Wyoming winters and hot California summers. We're also running millions of simulations for every scenario our zips might encounter in the skies, no matter how unlikely. We push our zips way past their limits, so we know where their limits are. This testing helps us ensure our aircraft are safe and reliable before ever flying in your community.
And with that, I will stop it there because...
And I'm glad you did, because for all of the guys out there, because I know I was one that was part of it, and I was skeptical about this before. And everybody has criticized this thing and said, what about if the dog, or what about if you yank on it, or what about if you this, or what about if that? What if you can think about it? Guess what? The guy that went to school and got a degree and is out there doing the research, he's thinking about it too.
True. True. I mean, if you want to watch the video in detail, I
Very
suggest
good
you
video.
do, because it's happening all over the United States. Pretty soon, you may hear or see things flying in the sky by mid 25 to the end of 25, going into 26. There are a lot of companies that have gotten their certifications to fly beyond visual line of sight. There are
There's a lot of companies that are bidding to use this system.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's coming.
It's here, whether you believe it or not. Drone delivery is here. I mean, Ken Herron was maybe trying to be funny when
Does
he
he
was
want
saying
tube stocks?
they'll never deliver anything, but it's been happening for a few years now. We're talking about 2 years at a minimum. Drones have been delivering shit all across the United States. So if it's not happening, what's going on? Right?
See that? See that, Scott?
Getting mail from USPS would make sense.
See what
Right.
Scott said?
They put battery charges in at our local airports. Oh, get out. Okay, so they could stop and they can. That looks like if they put it at your local airport, more than likely you're going to have a hub there.
Yep.
You're going to have a vertiport. That's basically what it's called, a vertiport.
Yep, they do hoppers back and forth from airport to airport, from city to city.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, city to airport.
And I mean, you've heard us talk about Archer. Archer has a contract with United Airlines in 3 different cities, in New Jersey, New York, and in Chicago, to deliver people to and from airports where it would take an hour plus. They can do it in 10, 15 minutes.
Yep. They're planning that here, New York, California, and a few other cities around Chicago, and a few other cities around the country.
This is true. This is true.
Even Florida and other places.
And once again, we want to thank everyone who came out to the barbecue, to the Those Guys barbecue this Saturday. Yeah. It was fun. We had a nice turnout. We had Gary and his wife come down from Canada. We had Tanya from the Black Drone Pilot. She's an admin over there. She came from Philly. Fly Guy Merrill, he must be working tonight. Him and 2 of his boys came. Rob C donated. Eldon donated some stuff also. It was nice. It was a very good turnout.
Yeah, Fly Guy Merle's his friends.
They said we can fly to Gainesville. You see what they put? Scott put? They said we can fly from Gainesville to Tallahassee for $15. See? It's coming.
Coming.
It was a blast. Thanks for having us, Novice and Phantom Flight 101.
Thank you for coming, Gary.
Next year, you guys.
Anytime I get to hang out with you and your wife, Gary, is a good time.
It's always a pleasure, yes. But next time, Gary, we want you guys to come down for more than a day and a half, more than 2 days. Come down so we can actually go break bread.
I gotta make my way up there to catch you, Gary.
You know what? That would be a good trip up to Canada. I've never been out. Well, I don't consider the island Bahamas out of the United States. That's bad because I can go there and hear, yeah, man. And I can go outside and hear, yeah, man.
So you think you're in the same place, right?
Yeah, it's like I never left. But maybe we could plan something like that. If those guys, Ariel does good this year, and I can keep from buying watches, maybe we can make it up to Canada. And with that,
Gary, we gotta figure out a way to get up there. But anyway, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, there's a few other streams on tonight. Please feel free to check those guys out if they're on. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. I can't hang.
Yeah, I got a lot of things to do early in the morning, bright and early in the morning. 4:30 start.
Yeah, I start at 4.
That's not my fault, but anyway. Anything you want to say to the people, Lawrence?
Be safe, fly safer. Thank you guys for coming to the barbecue. I'm glad Herman and I had a chance to in fact, we are the only NYC group that had a barbecue / meetup this year.
Ooh. Well, anyhow, with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Had a lot of good stories tonight. And we'll see you next time with those guys. Good night, everyone.
Later. Thanks. Got him.
Good
Thanks
night.
for the support. This
Good
little
night,
gnat kept buzzing me all damn night. I finally got him.
Good night, everyone.